Welcome to Claude Code, the plain version. It is the night before a meeting. You have a folder sitting on your computer holding 47 complex PDFs, regulatory filings, expert reports, supplier contracts. You meant to read them on Tuesday. You didn't. The meeting is at 9 in the morning. The traditional answer is to make a strong coffee and start reading. But there is a new answer. Point an AI directly at that folder and ask it to do the work for you. Shifting from manual reading to interrogating a folder mathematically compresses a 4-hour preparation task into a 5-minute query. This is Claude Code. Despite the name, it is not just for developers. It is a chat interface that is spatially locked to a single folder on your local hard drive. To start, you open a terminal, navigate to the folder where you actually work, and type the word Claude. This is an independent walkthrough, but once you hit enter, the chat can read every file in that directory. It natively reads PDFs, Word documents, Excel sheets, CSVs, and plain text. Files up to 30 megabytes are handled natively. Anything larger runs through a private computing environment that sits alongside the chat. In March 2026, Anthropic added computer use for Pro and Max users. This allows Claude to open files in their own applications, navigate the screen, and run desktop tools with no setup. For those who prefer to avoid the terminal entirely, the same engine runs as Claude Cowork, a desktop app that removes the command line requirement. Moving the AI into the local file directory removes the friction of document uploads. The folder where your files live becomes the workspace where the work gets done. Using this well relies on 3 habits. Habit 1 is the setup. You install it once using a single terminal command, either a curl or an npm install. The free tier covers most basic tasks, while Pro and Max tiers unlock deeper paths like the computer use features. Once installed, the move is the same every time. Open a terminal, type cd to point the AI at your specific folder, and type Claude. Scoping the AI's attention to a single folder ensures it only uses the documents you've provided, keeping its focus on the local context of your specific project. Habit 2 is the query. You talk to the folder in plain English. There is no technical syntax or complex code to memorize. You might ask, summarize these 47 PDFs into one page, group by topic, and flag the disagreements between sources. Or for a finance task, you can ask it to scan a folder of bank exports to find every duplicate invoice by amount and vendor, then write them to a spreadsheet. Treating the terminal like a conversation with a junior analyst removes the technical barrier to complex data extraction. Claude reads the files, runs the necessary operations, and provides the answer. Habit 3 is the output. You explicitly ask the AI to write the answer back into the folder as a new file, specifying an extension like .md, .csv, or .xlsx. The newly generated file appears locally, right next to your source documents. You open it the same way you open any other file on your computer. Generating a local file creates a permanent, savable asset. The folder you started in is the folder you finished in, and the work has actually advanced. Returning to the night before the meeting, the payoff is immediate. Instead of half a day of reading 47 PDFs, you have a 5-minute query and a summary file ready for the morning. If you apply this to 2 or 3 tasks a week, a research folder summary, an invoice scan, or a contract extraction, the math is clear. You are trading half days of reading for 5-minute queries. In a typical week, that returns 3 to 4 hours of time. Reclaiming those hours changes the ratio of your work week. It reduces time spent on administrative preparation, leaving much more room for the actual decision-making that follows. This tool is one of 3 pillars in the ecosystem. Projects holds the cloud-based context for your recurring documents. Skills stores your recurring workflows, so they run from anywhere. And Claude Code is the 3rd pillar, the execution engine for the folder on your machine. Install it once, point it at your folder, ask for a file. Local file mastery is now a frictionless requirement for modern knowledge work. Plain Bureau explains AI tools in plain English. We have artifacts, Chrome, and MCP coming up next. Tell us what you want to see, and it becomes an episode.